January 16th, 2026. How's it going, guys? I got another video for you. What are we going to talk about? Well, what you're looking at is when we went out to Las Vegas for New Year's and we were flying over, and when we were flying over the mountains, heading out to Vegas out there. We were flying on Southwest there. They still give pretty good service. And what we're going to talk about in this segment is the entertainment. We went to 4 different shows, and we're going to talk about that, so hold on. Okay, guys, so what you're looking at is that new guitar they're starting to build there, that new casino. I'm going to let my son talk about the first show we went to, and then I'll talk about the second one we went to.
So the first show we went to out in Las Vegas was Carrot Top, and that's at the Luxor. It's located on the end of the strip. So we went to Carrot Top. His show was at 8 o'clock at night, and we went on New Year's Day. His show was really good. He had a warm-up comedian that was on there for about the first 15 minutes, kind of got the audience loosened up a little bit, and then Carrot Top came out. He did a pretty good mix of prop comedy at first, and then the second half was more stand-up, and some of his props were pretty funny, but his stand-up was pretty good. Actually, probably better than the prop comedy. Overall, I would give him about an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good show.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show too. I think he had a real funny one. Had a video screen, and he was talking about the right and the left side, and it was showing all these airplanes, and when somebody had backed the airplane in backwards. I got a good laugh out of me, definitely. But his show was very funny, and it appeals to any age group, definitely. So it's like I say, some of them are geared for certain things, but definitely his show is well worth going and seeing. So hold on, guys. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to talk about one. We went to the Rio, and we went to the Empire Strips Back. And it was a very good show. Excellent. A lot of good dancers there in it. And pretty good comedy in it, too. Now, me and my son, we actually went to 2 that afternoon, that night time. Because when we get out there, we go. We probably get in about 7 or 8 miles a day walking out there, minimum. But this show, like I say, it was excellent. And you want to add anything to that, Dylan?
I thought they did a really good job of bringing in a lot of things from Star Wars.
A lot of props.
A lot of the characters and props. And I think one of the best scenes was what's the big blob guy called? Boba.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
That was hilarious.
They also allowed pictures to be taken at the very end that people could take, and I'm going to show a couple of those in a second here. So hold on. Okay, guys, this is one of them. Just a second here. Let me get to the other ones. All right, guys.
You got Chewbacca with the Stormtrooper gals.
Yeah, the Stormtrooper gals were pretty good. Hold on, guys. There's another good photo there, guys. All right, guys. Now I will add a little bit here to it too. Going from if you want to get to this place and you want to get basically take a taxi. If you go, where did we start out from? What was it, the Flamingo?
If you go from the Flamingo
Yeah, from
to
the
the Rio.
Flamingo to the. You want to go if you get like we had a monorail pass too, but if you can get to the Flamingo and go from Flamingo to the Rio, you're talking from minimum from about 11 to about $12 to go there one way and back. I mean that's not bad. 12, $13 one way and then 12, 13 back. So not bad, and it's well worth going to. So I'm gonna let my son talk about the next one we went to here. So hold on. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let my son talk about the third show we went to. But Kansas City ain't the only one. It's got the old Glow Wild. Out in Las Vegas, they have their own Glow Wild, and they have this huge parking lot out there that you can actually go to and check it out. Now I'll let him tell you where this was located at, what area when we were up by one of the monorail sections.
So this photo was taken off of one of the monorail stations over by the Sahara. You could take a photo from the monorail, and this was overlooking the Glow Fest. We thought it was pretty cool. We didn't even know what was going on, and we stopped there and saw it and had to take some photos. So the next show we went to was called Late Night Magic, and that's located over at the Link Promenade. There's a new little building over there called the Magician's Room that just opened up within the last few months.
It's called Late Night Magic, correct?
The show is called Late Night Magic, and the facility is called Magician's Room. When you go in there, they have a bunch of little claw machines, like, for kids and stuff. So you wouldn't expect it,
That's cool because it's kind of like a Japanese kind of like cartoon claw machines, and they have all different kinds of little funky little things inside these machines.
So this Magician's Room, they have I believe they have a daytime magician, and then they have the late night magicians. So we went to the Late Night Magic show, and it was really good. It was about 10:30 when it started. They have several different performers. The first performer was Bizarro, and he uses colored markers, and he makes them appear with different colors, and disappear and reappear. And he just did some really interesting things with those markers.
It was like magic, but on top of it.
And then he had tape too, and he would do different things with the rolls of tape. And it doesn't sound very interesting, but if you saw it, it's definitely worth seeing. And then the next one that performed, there was a guy that did more like sleight of hand stuff with cards, and he was more of the comedian magician. He was the one that spoke and kind of introduced all the different magicians. The next one that we saw there was this gal. She goes by the name, her last name is England actually, and she's from England.
Yeah, she was good.
she did a trick, and it involved
Okay, she was doing like a card trick too, but what she did, she asked this person to pull out a certain card, and who I think it was like what celebrity that they were, basically thinking of. And then when she went to show this card, it also had to do with drawing. It's what celebrity they were thinking of, and this lady actually was thinking. I think it was of Will Smith, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then she ended up at the end. There was a painting of Will Smith that appeared.
Yeah, she had like a full size. Yeah, and she did that a couple different ways on that, which was really an awesome thing to see. I mean, this was. I'm not much of a magic person. My son, he likes going to the magic shows and watching them more, but this actually held my interest some. This was well worth going and seeing, and they were very good. I mean, like I say, there wasn't really any bad entertainment that we didn't. I mean, see out there. It was all good entertainment.
And then the last one was actually they had a sword swallower, and he was pretty cool. He did it, different ways. He even swallowed glow sticks and he cracked them in his mouth. That was kind of interesting.
Well, he didn't crack it. He cracked it with his throat, didn't he? When he bit his neck.
Yeah.
He cracked him. He didn't, not in his mouth, but his throat.
He cracked him in his throat.
Yeah, that was wild stuff that he did. And he had I think he also had like a Gatanto sword that he had to turn his neck sideways as he stuck it down. That was wild stuff. It's pretty cool stuff.
But for the price, that show is very good value. I think it was around $35, maybe $30 a ticket.
Yeah, I think that's all it was. It was fairly.
So if you're out in Vegas and you want to see a show that's cheap but is pretty good, check out Late Night Magic.
And we should say too that like Carrot Top show, there is no bad seat in that house in the Carrot Top show.
No.
And there really isn't any bad seat at over there. Empire Strips Back.
Yeah.
So Empire Strips Back charges 3 different rates on the seats that you're setting in there, and I forget, wasn't it around $100 a person or something?
Yeah.
But the thing of it was, I mean, they can go up higher than that, but there is no bad place to sit there. You could actually see the stage. From even if you had to sit at the very back, we sat about mid-section is what we said.
The seats are so close together. Like on the website, it looks like it's really far apart, but they're actually positioned pretty close. So even if you're kind of at maybe the 3/4 towards the back, you're still not very far from the stage. So you could probably get away with doing, the preferred section. You don't have to do like the VIP or the premium section.
And then the final one we went to was Fantasy. And I know I had some reserves. Me and my son a couple times back, we had looked at it, and there were some gals that had been there many years, and some of them, they looked like, they were getting, just a little bit older, almost too old to be dancing, doing this stuff. But we thought, well, for the price, before we left out, we would go to it. And they had brought in a whole bunch of new dancers there, and I would recommend that. They're still rocking it there. That was at the Luxor, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was at the Luxor. Yeah.
Yeah, and Fantasy, it was more. It was topless. Empire Strips Back. It did have a couple teases, but Fantasy, a good part of it was topless, almost like the X Burlesque at Flamingo. We went to that the first time we went out to Vegas, and that was a heck of a show. But Fantasy, I would say it was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was, for what the price was, I thought it was an excellent show. I mean, we didn't see any bad shows. The one that we don't have, I mean, when we went to the Flamingo, that one is still probably the top rated. And then what was the other one where you went to that like little, where they did all the acrobats and the other stuff? Well, I mean, some of them had acrobats, but you know what I'm talking about. It was
Atomic Saloon.
Atomic Saloon.
That was kind of your raunchy acrobat comedy show.
But it's good. It's funny too.
That was located over at the Venetian.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest to find, but once you find it, you go up the escalator, and then you have to turn a corner. And there's like a ton of different.
There's some of it's all like that, like they wind around in circles, kind of like curves and stuff. You go up down those ramps.
Saloon. If you're out there, they still have that show. That's definitely worth seeing.
Oh yeah.
Too. There's a lot of good shows. Let's talk for a minute about some of the free entertainment out there. We went to Circus, and they have a free acrobat show, and like a circus clown show. And that was pretty good for a free show. They had this guy that did, your traditional clown acts. He brought out a suitcase, and, the kids really got a kick out of that. And then they had a group of acrobatists that were from Argentina. They got up and they were doing, flips and swinging on the ropes and stuff like that. I don't know. What did you think of this Circus?
I thought it was good. The acrobats, I mean, they were good. I think they said they were from Argentina, as I believe, if I'm correct on that. And they had some new and upcoming acrobats, little ones there too, but they were pretty good. Definitely worth going and seeing.
Let's see what else. Oh, we wanted to talk
Well, we went
about
to Fremont.
Fremont
We
Street.
went to Fremont.
We
Oh,
went,
Alter Ego. Alter Ego's always Alter Ego, and what's the other country down on Fremont? The country guy.
Tony Marcus band.
Yeah, Tommy Marcus band's always good. We listen to all different kinds of music.
Alter Ego. Every time we go out there, we have to go see them because they always put on a good show. They sing, variety of music. They'll sing everything from the '80s to even more of the alternative rock. They like the alternative rock quite a bit.
Oh, I know one we forgot. Oh, Reds. Oh, we forgot to talk about that on that deal too. Oh, Reds. Now, man, if anybody out there likes nachos, go get their nachos. You can order one plate and it covers almost the whole table. I mean, it will feed two people, and it is excellent. Their music's always good out there and stuff. But I will have to say this time, now they are charging a little surcharge. I think didn't they just charge for the entertainment? I think just a little bit. That's not the big deal about this. What was something was there was remind me when used to go down here on 40 Highway, Doc Holliday, some of the bouncers and stuff. This guy he was talking about figuring out which people would tip and which people wouldn't. Now this got brought up again because it's like, it's not cool by what they think of people's going to. But he wasn't just about that. They were talking. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't just about tipping. It was about drinking. Who was going to basically who was going in there to drink. It wasn't as much about tipping. It was about drinking. And a lot of people were going in there. They were just getting water and getting meals and stuff and watching it. And the thing about bars, a lot of people don't think about this. A lot of people go in and eat first, and then they order their liquor later. Some people will order liquor while they're eating, but not everybody. And I just thought, well, that's kind of uncool. I mean, that's not, class. Here's the difference between certain class and not classy. On certain things. But even like I say, even at the Japanese, there that one we went to. I mean, when people you don't want to show that because when you're working at a place and you're making a steady wage, and then if you do a good job, the people appreciate you. They're surely going to tip you. But this guy, it wasn't about the tip. He was just sizing people up. They were talking. He was talking to the waitresses, and is figuring out who would probably buy drinks and who wouldn't. And that's what this guy was doing. I thought, man, it's not good. Down with Doc Holliday's down there by the old tool shed. That's all they ever worried about. They were counting the liquor by the ounce.
And here's the thing: most of their drinks there were like $25, which even Vegas price that's kind of high because a lot of places you could get drinks for probably some places were $20, but you could find drinks for $10 or $15 in Vegas if you really looked.
But aren't some of them? I mean, one of those deals, didn't they give you a mug or something?
They give you a souvenir.
Yeah, I think
glass.
they give you a souvenir glass. But if you want a good value, go to the Excalibur and get a margarita for, was it $3?
Oh yeah, I had to get a couple of those $3 margaritas, and I think for an extra $2 you can add a Souza tequila float.
Yeah, you got one of those one night.
I got one with the float, and then I got one night just the regular margarita, and it was good. For $3, you can't beat it.
And then we always have to make the Dole Whip run with the Tito's vodka and the what's that? It's got rum in it.
Yeah, so Breeze Daiquiri Bar.
Breeze Daiquiri Bar,
which is it's kind of similar to like the Fat Tuesday or the Purple Zebra. They have all these different flavored frozen alcohol beverages. Dole Whip has rum in it. They have a strawberry that has the rum 151. I got the strawberry one time mixed with the Dole Whip. And then there's one time I got the watermelon, which has vodka in it. and then I mixed it with the mango, which has the rum 151. You know, and all of their flavors were good, and it's by itself, it's not too strong. It's flavored good and everything, but I would recommend adding, you know, like a shot of Tito's vodka to it.
I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but these are them. You can take them back, and it's only about half price after you. Is it about half price?
Yeah. So
What's these cost when you first get them?
so when you first get them, it's around 20, 25 bucks.
Those are about 25 or
25 bucks. Now with the refill, the base refill for that is probably about $12. Now if you add a shot of Tito's vodka or something else, I think it was around $20,
Yeah.
19 bucks, and then you always want to tip them $1, you know, or two.
Oh yeah, definitely tip them.
$19 for a refill in the bigger container, and then with a shot of whatever you want to add. By itself, it's probably closer to $13 if you don't add any shot to it. But yeah, that's probably almost gonna wrap it up for the entertainment video. We're gonna do a dedicated video on food and stuff here pretty soon.
Oh, and one other thing, adding in about all the different drinks you can, if you want a late night thing, you don't want alcohol. The Johnny Rocket shake.
Oh yeah.
I love those straw. I had one every
I
night.
had a couple
It don't matter if it
too.
was midnight or 2 a.m. Every night we were out there doing
Strawberry.
it. Oh yeah, strawberry definitely. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap this one up, and we got more of this coming.